Welcome back to the Fittest of Kauai 2015. Workout number 2 goes like this. It's a 10-minute AMRAP. 5, 10, 15. For the RX, it's going to be 5 chest-to-bar pull-ups, 10 shoulder to overhead at 115, 75, and 15 toes to bar. For the Masters category, we're going to go 5 pull-ups, chin over the bar. We're going to talk about the standards in a moment. 10 shoulder to overhead. We're going to use 75 and 55 for the loading. And then 15 knee raises to 90 degrees. Once again, we'll talk about the standards in just a moment. For the novice category, we're going to go 5 jumping pull-ups, 10 shoulder to overhead, same loading as the Masters, 75, 55, and then 15 knee raises to 90. Let's move over to the pull-up bar, guys, and talk about these standards. First, the chest to bar pull-up. Some key points here, guys, are number 1, full extension of the elbow at the bottom of the pull-up, and the chest physically touching the bar at the top of the pull-up. Anything from the clavicle down. I will demo a few repetitions. As you can see, I come to the bottom of the lockout. I come all the way up until my chest is touching the bar. Once again, anything below the clavicle will count as a good rep. Some bad reps would look like this. As you can see, I've used both iterations. Elbow not being locked out, as well as chest not physically touching the bar. Anything else within that kind of domain is going to be counted as a good rep, but you must have elbows locked out, chest touching the bar. For the shoulder to overhead movement, the barbell will start on the floor. You'll bring the bar to the rack position, and then you can either press, push press, or jerk the bar into the overhead position. You will be moving at speed, and so it's really important that we get the movement standards down. When we lock the shoulder to overhead movement out, we must see alignment of the barbell, the shoulder, and the hip at the top, with your leg or knee fully extended. Some examples of a missed rep or a bad rep, one that will not be counted, are when we don't have the bar in full alignment, when we do not have the knees and the hips fully locked out at the top. I'll demo a few bad reps. Shoulder to overhead. For the toe to bar movement, what we're looking for is, once again, elbows at full lockout and the feet to pass behind the pull-up rig at the backswing. When you bring the foot forward, you must make contact with the foot on the pull-up bar. I'll demo. A piped variation or kipping variation are both allowed as long as we come to full extension with the foot behind the pull-up rig and the foot makes contact with the pull-up rig at the very top. So here we are back with the novice and the Masters movement standards for workout number 2, elevated. Let's start with the pull-up. For the novice, we're going to have a plate stack or even a box if it needs to be, and we're going to do jumping pull-ups. For the jumping pull-ups, we will take a moment before your heat to establish a height that works well for you. What we're going to use is the variation for for the jumping pull-up is going to be when you stand on the top of your box or plate stack, you're going to have the bar at full extension of the elbow. The bar will be at your wrist level. This allows us every time to come down to full extension before jumping our chin over the top of the bar. We come from full extension once again to chin over the top of the bar. You can use your feet to jump, hence the name, and you must make sure that your chin reaches over the top of the pull-up bar for the movement to count. Anything below the pull-up bar will be a no rep and will not be counted as a pull-up. For the masters, we're going to use a standard pull-up variation for your movement standard. This is going to be anything above the chin. Once again, we're going to start with that elbow at full extension. You may strict pull up, kipping pull up, butterfly pull up, your chin up over the top of the bar for the movement to count. If you do not lock the elbow out at the bottom, and if your chin does not raise above the pull up bar, it will be a no rep. Now, for the shoulder to overhead, please refer to the RX movement standards as they will still be the same. Your loading, once again, will be 75 pounds for the males, 55 pounds for the females. The movement standards will be the same. You will take the bar from the floor to the rack position, and then proceed into your shoulder to overhead from there. Once again, lockout of the knee, hip, and elbow with the barbell in alignment with the body is going to be key for accomplishing that rep. Anything outside of that deviates from those movement standards will be counted as a no rep. For the knee raise, we're going knee raise above 90 degrees. Now, on these, you may or may not be familiar with them. For these, we need to have the elbow at full